How many youngsters in this room? So if you think you are a young person, so there has to be energy, right? So it starts with good evening or good morning, whatever it is. Let's have some energy here. Yeah, so good evening. Good evening. Now you are about 100 of you. મજા ના આવી હું થોડું ઊંચું સાંભળું છું so let's have fun filled good evening one more time. So on the count of 3, 1 2 3. This is better. Lords of the last bench એમ પંક્તિ બોલે જ નહીં, right? કશો વાંધો નહીં. No, but still right, much better. So thank you, sir. Thank you for this opportunity, and I always feel overwhelmed whenever I get a chance to come and talk. Thank you. Where is Millie? Where is she? Disappeared. Wherever she is. So thank you for those lovely lines of introduction. 300 રૂપિયા મારે એની પાસે લેવાના નીકળે. એના પપ્પા બી અહીંયા જ છે, ખબર નહીં ક્યાં છે. So 300 રૂપિયા અને બાર મારા 500 રૂપિયા, એટલે આજના બાર 800 રૂપિયા થઈ ગયા. એટલે વન વે પેટ્રોલના પૈસા મારા નીકળી ગયા. Jokes apart, but and thank you for that poetry. Where is our poet? Maitre. Where is he? Raise your hand. Oh, that was lovely poetry. I can't even dream of writing a poetry like that. And the prayer group, do you love the way they sing that prayer? Yeah, I wonder if I can ever get close to singing like that. Right? When I sing, people say, please don't sing because you sound like the 9th inventor of music. You know what's the 9th inventor? Yeah, so 7वें सुर से आप इतने दूर हो कि आप कोशिश भी मत करो. But hopefully someday I'll get close to that. So how many of you don't know me, or you are hearing me for the first time? Some of you are hearing me for the first time. Many of you are hearing me for the first time. So a rule is, what is not allowed in my session? Yeah, that is not allowed, not just in the session but outside as well. But while you are in my session, one thing not allowed, definitely not allowed, is sitting like this. You know, some people have a constipated smile. You understand constipated smile? Yeah. I don't want to describe it any further, but I leave it to your imagination, right? So if you are here, I want you to enjoy it. How many of you are here to enjoy it? Great, thank you. Number one. Second, the average age in this room would be how much? I wish I was 25. I would do so many things so differently. Yeah. So, and if we are about 100 of us in this room, so how many years of experience in this room? You don't need a calculator for that, hopefully. Yeah, and we have madam here. Yeah, she is one famous personality of Baroda, and you do a wonderful work, madam. Yeah, so about 25 years, 2500 years of experience in this room. So I don't know more than all of you put together. Would you agree? Can we create a learning session today? Or you want to listen to a lecture? A lecture is boring. Unga ave, hai na? Yeah. So I can't deliver a lecture. So that is my limitation. I can't stand here and talk. I can't do that. So manufacturing defect. So please bear with me. And for those who are taking a recording of this, you will have to keep on adjusting because I just can't stand in one place. Even in our office, when we have meetings, I stand and talk. So people ask, sit down. I said, when I sit down, my mind doesn't work. That's the problem. Right? So second thing, what is not allowed? A grumpy face. You understand a grumpy face? Not a grumpy face. Third, cell phones. What to do with cell phones? Don't keep it on silent mode. Don't keep it on switch off mode. Keep it on very low ringing mode, so that if your family calls, you should be able to take that call. Yeah, because there may be some emergency, there may be something important and urgent. So I leave that discretion to you. I leave that decision to you. So don't keep it on silent mode. Don't switch it off. Yeah, and if your family is here, then those who are calling you will know not to call you right now. Some of you got it, some of you will get it by tomorrow morning. Yeah. Okay, so my jokes are like this. It is like tube light sometimes. Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, who am I? Millie did a fantastic job in introducing me. I look like a astronaut in a wireless world. I'm filled with wires. Anyways, so as you know, my name is Anand. Please don't change my name. How do you change your name? By calling sir. If you call me sir, I'll call you auntie and uncles. And I'm sure it will hurt you more than 100 rupees. Yeah, so please call me Anand or call me AB. That's what I prefer. And Millie covered it. One of my vision is to not just to impact, but positively impact about 100,000 lives by 2027. What is the meaning of the word impact? This is not 12th standard exam, so please don't. There is no right and wrong answer. Yeah. So, what is the meaning of the word impact?
To create a deep change.
Wow. Wow. That's. I never thought it so deep, but yeah, to create a deep change. Yes, depth is what is required in life. Thank you. What else? Permanent change or transformation. Yeah. So I can guide you, but I can't change you. Marriage of 23 years has taught me one thing: you can't change anyone. And you can't. I tried a lot, and I thank God that I'm still in one piece. Girls and women will never understand what we go through. Yeah. Now you are going to kill me for that, but I know you will not kill me because this session is getting recorded. Yeah. So I'm free in that sense to say anything. Yeah. So yes, to create a deep impact or to kind of initiate a process of change. I believe that everyone has tremendous potential, especially this generation. Right? What is in front of you is something unprecedented. Right? It's my generation did not have. The earlier generations never had the opportunity that all of you have. The talent that you have. When I was of your age, I didn't know anything. I was like the most duffered person on planet Earth. Right? Could not propose to a girl that I liked also. Yeah, so I was that naive. But today you guys are like just brilliant, right? So can I channelize your energy and you could just go on from there. Like, you know, Niagara Falls, have heard about Niagara Falls? What if the water is not channelized? Will hydroelectricity be produced? So the latent potential is there. And my sincere effort is, I don't know much. I'm a very simple person, have very limited knowledge. But can I challenge you guys? Can I push you guys? Like we have my friend here. We got into a vocabulary competition, and I challenged him, and I was so happy that he bet me on my challenge. Right? So let's have a round of. Please stand up. So okay, a round of applause for him. Yeah. So that's an impact. Right, so in that about 10 odd days, in that about 10, 15, 30 days, I am sure he has learned about 30 new words. That's an impact. Yeah. The second thing is extremely important, that you honor God through everything that you do. You go and live your life, but you never compromise on your moral compass. Yes or no? I am very finicky about this. ऐसा कुछ मत करिए जैसे आपकी नज़र आईने के सामने जब आप अपने आप को देखते हो आपकी नज़र डाउन हो जाती है. It's not worth it. It's definitely not worth it. And earning respect for your family, right? If my work, my deeds can earn a few words of praise for my parents, no amount of wealth in this world can earn that. That's what I believe, and that's what I constantly try to do, right? And I was sharing with madam that, you know, you have to live life with abundance mindset. Be happy. And what I don't like is, as I said in the beginning, people having a sad face. You know, how do you spell sad? Spelling of sad? Self-acquired disease. Yeah, so keep it simple, right? So I don't want to get into a self-acquired disease mode, right? And to have compassion. Do we have compassion? When you see someone in need, does your heart bleed? Yeah, and that's so very important. But nowadays, gadgets have taken over everything that was there earlier, which was called emotions. Yeah. So, and I did not start well in my life, but I want to finish strong. How many of you want to finish strong? Yep. Right. So you are remembered for what? You had the way you start or the way you finish? Right. So what are we doing to finish strong? So I have a habit of asking a lot of questions, right? And those who know me will know that. For those who don't know me, the reason I ask questions is not for any other reason, but just to ensure that you are mentally in this room. Otherwise, mind is very chanchal, वो इधर उधर दौड़ता रहता है. Yeah, so that's what it is. And winters are setting in. I saw that let me take out my blazer, and I find myself very uncomfortable in a very formal dress, right? So in my car, I have brought my shorts and the t-shirt. The minute I finish this, I'm going to change and get into my shorts and my t-shirts because I don't like that formal thing, right? But anyways, I thought today is a day where people from industry will also come, so it's important to respect that occasion. Yeah. Otherwise, people from Yuvalay would be surprised to see me. Is this Anand? Yeah. You would have been surprised, right? And okay, as I said, am I allowed to ask you questions? Yes. Good. Thank you. Those who did not say, I will ask you the first. Okay. The question on your screen. What's your answer? How many say they are made? How many say they are born? What about the rest? Even I don't know the answer. But I have a very simple philosophy. A leader has to be born before he or she is made. You didn't get it, that's okay. Yeah? So how can you have an unborn leader? I don't know, right? So whenever you talk about leadership, this sentence always comes up. Are leaders born or made? I wonder. I don't know, but that person has to be born to be either made, right? So I can't have an unborn leader. Yeah? Okay. You have attended leadership series, and this is your 7th day. So I don't want to bore you with leadership wisdom. But let me ask you, right? What is leadership? And how would you define it? Again, this is not 12th standard exam. Please don't get serious. I still get nightmares for my 10th and 12th exams. And in my dreams also, I don't know anything. Please, madam. So 2 good words. Madam is giving us vision and sustainability. Good, thank you. What else? Be true with your own self, which is so difficult. Yeah, so a leader has to be honest. Yes, absolutely. Fantastic. Thank you. What is responsibility? We are not getting into management session, but someday, if God permits, we'll have a session. Ownership is very different from responsibility. Responsibility is simple, ability to respond. So leader has the ability to respond to that situation, and hence people look up to him or her, right? So the question to ask us is, do people look up to us or do people look at us? They're 2 different things, right? Whether you talk about politics right now, hawa mein politics hai, right? So whether you talk about sports, whether you talk about business, there aren't many people that at least I look up to. There are a lot of people I look at, and then a question mark that what credentials do they have to make me wait and allow their vehicle to go pass by. I almost missed my flight the last time a big person was in town because the whole road was barricaded, and I wonder why. Yeah, so once the voting is done, हम आपके हैं कौन? Yeah. Great word. Thank you. What else?
Showing the right direction
Correct.
to the people who are looking after you.
Correct. Absolutely. Very nice. Very nice. For a young person, that's a super, super answer. Anyone else? Teamwork in crisis. Yeah, absolutely. And there's T in teamwork. You didn't understand. That's okay. Yeah, and I love tea. So, tea is there in the teamwork. Yeah, so एक cup अदरक वाली चाय पिला दो and then everything happens. Yeah, so that's right. Okay, some more questions. Quick, and you have to be super quick. Am I allowed to be not on the stage? I feel very uncomfortable. Yeah, sorry, madam, for your recording all will go for a toss, but at least the voice gets recorded. Name 5 successful leaders. Quick, shout. MS Dhoni, shout. Fantastic. Okay. Steve Jobs, Abdul Kalam, Ratan Tata, Dhirubhai Ambani, Jack Ma. Oh Ma. એમાં બા એડ કરી દો ઓબામા. Yeah, અને બા બી આવી જાય ને માં બી આવી જાય એમાં. Yeah. Hitler, I don't want to get into controversy, so please don't drag me there. I'll not get dragged into it. Elon Musk, he is in some serious problem. He is, how much money is he losing every hour? Any idea? That means you are not reading. And you're sitting here, I hope you're sitting here because you want to become a leader. And a leader has to be a reader. Otherwise, you're just sitting here for time pass. Right? And I am generally very straight in my comments. That's why most people don't like me. And do you think I care? Yeah, so if you're not reading, it's something that you should start from today. Elon Musk or Tesla is losing about 5 crores every hour. And the cash that they have will get exhausted by about August next year. Now, if you have a brilliant idea, write an email to him. Who knows? You are on the next flight to the US. Right? Ek idea jo? Idea ji mat lo. Geo ji lo. Yeah? So, don't get into idea mode. You have to get into geo mode. My company. Yeah? Okay. So, what is that one quality that you admire about them? And I made this presentation while coming to here. I almost completed this presentation on the highway. Till today morning, I had nothing. I had no presentation. I suddenly wondered, I have to make a presentation. So let me make. And my friend Anjali is here. Sorry, I forgot to mention you. Let's acknowledge the presence of a very, very good friend of mine. He's one of the sweetest neighbors I've had in our life, right? And when we sit and talk, both our wives disappear. And that's the most wonderful thing that could ever happen. Some of you will not understand. That's okay. Yeah, so what is that one quality that you admire about them? Of the names that you said, could be Dhoni or could be anyone that you said. Pardon? The personality they have, okay. Crisis management. Focus, fantastic word, madam. Dedication, decision making. Decision. Clarity of thought, yeah, that's what. Pardon? Ethical, yeah. Humbleness. Integrity. Ability to take risk. Calmness, yeah. Foresightedness or vision. Pardon? Belief, self-belief, very good. So the leadership session is over, you know it everything. So sir, time over, you will be happy I finished it before time. Dhirubhai, yeah? Okay, so can I ask you a tough one? A tough one. And the qualities that you just mentioned, don't you think you have them? And if you don't have them, you better start having them. So why didn't you think of your parents first? Why didn't you think of yourself? Aren't you a leader? How many leaders in this room? How many of you breathing oxygen in this room? Anyone who breathes oxygen is a leader. And hence I never like anyone introducing with designations. Because leadership has got nothing to do with position. Leadership is disposition. It's a choice that you make, not a chair that you occupy. Yes or no? Yes. So why did you think of yourself? So you are here to come and admire a great son of the Indian soil, Dhirubhai, absolutely brilliant. But who says you are not equally brilliant? Why do we tend to underestimate ourselves and overestimate someone else? So what success? What is success? I don't want to get into that. Time is short, but let me give you a definition of success which works for me. You may want to think about it. Success is not comparing what you have with what others have. Success is not.
Happiness in your own life.
Yeah, we can talk about happiness. What brings happiness? I would rather say joy. Because happiness is outside in, joy is inside out. Yeah. So success is not, complete the sentence, comparing, bolo, repeat this with me, success is not comparing what I have with what others have. Success is comparing what I have done versus what I should and could have done. That's what it is. Yeah, so what I have done versus what is the potential. And we'll do a small activity later part of the session, and I'll be able to show you the delta in performance. There's a huge gap between your performance and your potential. Agree, disagree? Everyone sitting in this room, are you giving your best on a daily basis? That's why we are not leaders. That's why you're not a Dhoni, that's why you're not an Abdul Kalam, that's why you're not a Dhirubhai, that's why I am not anyone. There is no difference. They work more hard than what we do. They sleep less than what we sleep. They read more books than what we read. They are massively disciplined. Check out our discipline. The way we drive our vehicles. The way we park our vehicles. Baroda is still very good. Come to my city, Ahmedabad and Surat. Left, right, center and also from top. How do they come from the top? Flyover. And you try telling them, they'll say, hello, su kare che tu? I said, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I thought what you were doing was not right. Yeah? And, okay, quiz question. Ready? Recognize him? You just got a split second. I'll give you a split second one more time. It's me. So, coming from a beautiful girl, I take that as a compliment. Okay. That's not me because my passport doesn't look like that. Name? He is Dheerajlal Hirachand Ambani. Don't go on looks. Who would say that this person would go on to create a Fortune 100 company? Barely could speak English. Qualification? MA bolo? BF. Matlab? Metric appeared but failed. Looking at him, do you think anyone would have said that he would be the Dhirubhai? I like one of the words that some of you said, self-belief. And if I can share one thing with you, and only one thing you remember for the rest of the day and the rest of your life, is have self-belief. You should walk with confidence. We don't even polish our shoes. चेहरे पे एक स्माइल होनी चाहिए, सीना बाहर होना चाहिए, पेट अंदर होना चाहिए, शूज पॉलिश होने चाहिए. जब हाथ मिलाओ ना तो लगना चाहिए कि हाथ मिलाया. આપણે હાથ કેવું મિલાય છે? કેમ છો? 4 ને 2 6, બીજે તો કેમ થાય? Yeah. So I am going to talk about not Dhirubhai Ambani. I am going to talk about Dheeraj Lal Ambani. Because his name on the passport was not Dhirubhai. I wish I had more time so I could share a story of how did Dheeraj Lal become Dhirubhai. Maybe some other day we can have a session. Yeah, but his parents called him, and Dheeraj he never had. Yes, madam was saying that you are true to your name. Yeah, so my name is Anand, and he for sure was not true to his name. He had no Dheeraj, right? And I'm going to talk about him, and I always refer him as a person, a leader who, what's on the slide? Saw tomorrow. Do you have the ability to see tomorrow? Only then can you be a leader, right? Because think of a building. The tallest building in Baroda would be how many floors? Let's say 12 floors as an example. Just as an example. Hypothetically, let's say 12 floors. You are on the 3rd floor and you look from right to left. So what will be the length of the vision that you have? Let's say 1 kilometer. Yeah? Looking from right to someone who is on the 12th floor, also looking from right to left. What would be his horizon, if I can use that word? What would be the expanse that he is having a view of? Would it be 1 kilometer or more? So are we seeing more or are we seeing less? We are seeing less because we are not elevating ourselves. And you elevate yourself by moving away from people who are negative, who pull you down. આવું ના થાય. કોણ બોલે? જેણે કદી કર્યું જ ના હોય. Yes or no? If I ask a school dropout, should I study in school? Now what will happen? There will be 2 dropouts. You will not understand. That's okay, right? So 1958 is the year that he came back from a place called Eden. Do you know Eden? Not Eden Gardens at Calcutta. Aden is a place in a country called Yemen. Yeah, which is similar to Mumbai of today, similar to Singapore of today, similar to Dubai of today. It was a port. Yeah. You know port? Yeah, it's a financial capital, it's a trading capital, commercial capital of that particular region. Yes or no? Right? And did this great person go and serve somewhere as an employee? Was he an employee? Yes. He served as an employee for how many years? How many years? 9 years, close to 9 years. He worked as a clerk. Sir is right? You know what's a clerk? A sales attendant, if you want a different nomenclature. Clerk करता क्या है? Transactional job करता है. Right? So the thing that I want to learn, and hopefully I can pass it on to you and you may want to learn from it. While he was doing his role, his mind was not like a clerk. He was already thinking like a chairman. For those who are employees in this room, do you think like an employee or do you think like an owner? Not many people think like an owner. Have an ownership mindset is so very important and critical. And 1958, Yemen or Aden also got its independence from that time one country was ruling everyone, the Gora people. Yeah, and right now one person is ruling everything. He is like the international version of Arvind Kejriwal. Yeah, so you will not understand that. That's okay. Yeah, so he had an option to stay in Eden or go to London. He had a PR. You understand a PR? Permanent resident status that allowed him to stay in that place till 1967. But he decided to come back to India and he came back to Bombay. What did he do coming back to Bombay? And he went alone, but 3 of them came back. Who were the other 2? He got married in 1955 to Kokilaben Ambani, right? And our current chairman, you know Mukesh Ambani? How many of you know him? Yeah? The question is, does he know you? What are you doing to ensure that he starts knowing you? Sitting on Facebook and WhatsApp will never take you there. The time that you spend on the screen will never take you there. Are you thinking innovative ideas? Or are you saying that આજે ઠંડી બહુ છે, આજે ગરમી બહુ છે, આજે ધૂળ બહુ છે? તો ઠંડીમાં ઠંડી ના હોય તો શું ગરમી હોય? ટામેટા 100 રૂપિયાના થઈ ગયા, બોલો શું કરવાનું? Thus, these discussions will never take you outside Fatehganj. Okay, you'll not get that, but that's okay. Some of my words, તમને કાલે સવારે ખ્યાલ આવશે જ્યારે તમે આરામથી થ્રોન પર બેઠા હશો. Yeah? You'll wonder, આ શું બોલતો હતો? And so our current chairman, Mukesh Bhai, was born in Eden. He was not born in India. And the 3 of them came back and he started his first company. And can I give you a non-Googleable question to answer? You know what's non-Googleable? You know what's Googleable? જેનું answer Google ને ખબર છે. What is non-Googleable? A question, you could actually type it right now and check it out. Go to Google and ask, how do I manage my wife? And Google says, still searching. And I say, I agree, 23 years. Yours will be more. Yeah? Please forgive me. Right? Yeah, I know that's fine. 37. Yeah, so, why is the name of my company Reliance? And it has nothing to do with the English meaning of the word Reliance. And if you do some research, I can suggest some books. You can connect with me, and that will tell you the simplicity that this person had at a thinking level, which most of us lack. We get complicated. We make simple things very complicated. People who end up being great, they make complex things extremely simple. Yeah. And what was his first business? Plastic. Okay. We did get into plastic, but not to start with. Trading, correct. Trading was a business, but trading of textiles, polyester, yarn, textile or yarn, bhai हुआ ना मतलब. Yeah, I heard something. Spices. So we started with trading of spices. This was his first office. A rented table, a rented kursi, a rented stool, and a slide. I could not cut it properly. It's a PP phone. And what's a PP phone? Padosi ka phone. Yeah, you guys will not understand a PP phone because you were born with mobile phones. You were born with Google. We did not have money to buy and you know what Jio is doing today? This is where we started. Say this sentence with me. Never despise days of small beginnings. હવે એનું ગુજરાતી મને બહુ ફાવતું નથી, but can anyone help translate that?
હિન્દી હાલશે.
હા હા બિલકુલ હાલશે. દોડશે, ફાવશે, ભાવશે, બધું જ સાહેબ. અચ્છા હિન્દી. અચ્છા, you are telling me. I thought you are helping me. ઘરમાં બી આવું થાય, વગર કારણે એક્સાઇટ થઈ જાઓ, પછી બમ થઈ. You will not understand. That's okay. પછી ફ્લોપ શો થાય. You will not understand. That's okay. So, Difficult. Let me try. શરૂઆત નાની હોય એ દિવસોને ડિસ્પાઇસ નહીં કરવું, એને ભૂલવું નહીં, દુઃખી ના થવું. કાઇન્ડ ઓફ. થેન્ક યુ. કાઇન્ડ ઓફ. મારું તો આટલું જ છે. That's okay. Yeah. You may be a caterpillar today, but tomorrow you'll become a butterfly. A 1,000-mile journey begins with a single step. The question to you, boys and girls, would you have taken an employment offer from this office? Today, if I give an employment offer, oh yes, I want to come. Yes, Anand, kyarti aau. But would you have come and joined this office? Someone did. That's how it started, right? This was my first business, spices. This is an actual photograph. While they were doing this business, who would have said, we are going to change the economy of the world, not just India. This was a place where he used to stay. A chawl. A 10 by 10 room. Minus a washroom. Don't look at Antilia today. You know Antilia? Yeah, don't look at that. I want to talk about struggles. Ready to listen? Yes. Because I feel that that's where leadership lessons are to be learned. In the truncheons, in when you are down in the dungeons and there's nothing working for you. 10 by 10 room, 8 log rehte the. Jai Hind Complex, Bhuleshwar. If you go to Mumbai, please go and visit it. Right? And this is what made Dhirubhai. His favorite sentence, and you can go and talk to anyone who has worked in Reliance or has got a chance to work with him. He will go around with people, put his arm around the shoulder and say, Dost, maja aave che? For those of you working in organizations, how many times your manager or your boss has come and put his or her arm around you and say, my friend, are you enjoying? Are you okay? And we say in our corporate world, એક અઠવાડિયું થઈ ગયું, બોસનું કશું સાંભળ્યું ને એટલે બરાબર જ ચાલતું હશે. ના બોલું તો સારું. First lesson, if I can share it with you, build intimacy with your people. Be with them. Don't be an armchair manager. આકર પોતે લેટ આવે અને કે કેમ લેટ આવે? હેલો, તમે ફાસ્ટ કરો કામ તો તમે રેકલેસ છો. એ ફાસ્ટ કરે તો માસ્ટર છે. આપણે સ્લો કરીએ તો વી આર યુઝલેસ. એ સ્લો કરે તો થરો છે. उसका खून खून और हमारा खून पानी. Yeah? And I want to take you to the next level by sharing a quote. Please read this, all of you. How many of you are learning how to think? Which school teaches you how to think? Which college teaches you how to think? Which family is teaching children how to think? And we say, it's all in the mind. Some famous person told to one other famous person. Yeah, but again, not today. Maybe sometime I can come and help you do a session on the top from that book, 6 Thinking Hats. Some of you may have read that book, right? But I need to know how to think. It can't always be out of gut. Yeah? And okay, some questions. Are you ready for some questions? Here is the first one. Give me some answers. And I changed the layout of this slide about 3 times by the time I reached here. And I was telling my friend, PPT is like so addictive. You always want to do something else. Yeah. So quick. Earlier I had this as a session, as a slide title. Then I said, Maja nathi avti. Let me do something else. Creativity. Good. Very good.
Tried out until
Absolutely. Not never give up. Super answer. Super. Fantastic. Vision. Do you have vision? Say yes or no. Absolutely. You'd never have a person who does not have a vision. I have not exercised that vision. That's a different matter. Right? So, અહીંયાથી મારે રાત્રે અહેમદાબાદ જવાનું છે. So, about 120 kilometers drive કરવાનું છે. So, do I see Ahmedabad while I start? No. I just see 100 meters, 200 meters. અને જેમ જેમ આગળ જાઓ તેમ તેમ રસ્તો ખુલતો જાય છે. That's how vision is. We have to start to be great. I don't have to be great to start. But we don't start. And why don't we take the first step? The fear of failure. Replace it with an emotion, joy of victory. ના થયું તો થઈ ગયું તો બટ આપણે એ વિચારતા નથી, right? Self motivated. Who said self motivated? Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Fantastic. Absolutely, madam. Self motivated. How many of you are motivated? Otherwise, Moti is waiting outside. Motivation. You will not understand. That's okay. So, what motivates you? Why are you here in the evening today? Saturday evening, you could have done something else. Most Barodians are doing what? બહુ ઠંડી છે, ચા લાવ. ફ્રાઈડે કઈ મૂવી રિલીઝ થઈ? Who cares? So I'm going to talk about something, hopefully you will be able to learn something from it. મારો સમય પૂરો થાય તો મને કહી દેજો સાહેબ, right? મારું એ મેન્યુફેક્ચરિંગ ડિફેક્ટ છે તો માફ કરજો, right? I want to talk about a few words called pest. It is actually pestle. I am not getting into the details, but just now this is not Kida Makoda Vanda, all that, right? P in pest stands for political. E stands for environmental. S social, and T. So when we started our business in 1958, what was the scenario like? Look at the first point. You needed a license even to listen to a transistor. And all young boys and girls, you will not believe me, you will not believe your parents, but you should believe that it took about 8 years to get a telephone connection. 8 years to get a telephone connection. Today you go to my Jio office and the Jio office takes 10 minutes to activate your phone. તમે કહેશો Jio બહુ સ્લો છે. Hello. 8 વર્ષ અને કા 10 મિનિટ. Thank you madam. અમને આવા લોકો જોઈએ તો થોડું મોટિવેશન મળે. વેબસાઇટ ક્લિક કરો ને ઓપન અપ થાય. આજે જીઓ નેટવર્ક બહુ સ્લો છે. 2 વર્ષ પહેલા તો ખુલતું જ નહોતું. માર 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 કર તો બી ખુલતું નહોતું. તો જીઓને ક્રિટિસાઇઝ ના કરો, ભાઈ મારી કંપની છે, રાઈટ? It was a closed economy. If I wanted to increase the capacity of my production, I needed license. મારે લોકોને હાયર કરવું હોય તો ગવર્મેન્ટની અપ્રુવલ, ફોર્ચ્યુનેટલી લગ્ન કરવાની અપ્રુવલની જરૂર નહોતી પડતી. એ સિવાય બધાની જ અપ્રુવલ જોઈતી હતી. Not what you're thinking, but some of you did not get it. That's okay. Practically there was no infrastructure. No physical infrastructure, no. So today we started from Ahmedabad at about 3 o'clock, took time to full gas, toll, all that put together, we were here in flat 2 hours. Flat 2 hours. 20 years back, you had to search for a road because the rest everything was a pothole. You will not understand, that's okay, right? And the last one was, there was no bank credit, no nothing available. So how do you raise money for your business? Do you need money for business? Yes. How do we do that, right? And I want to talk about a couple of things. I hope I'll have the time to cover this. One is, read what's written on the slide. Where are you? On the left or the right of the slide? Nice to think so. But I wish I had a full day session. I would have challenged you to the core. અને ગેરંટી છે સુસુ કરવા બી નહીં જશો તમે. હજુ તો વોર્મઅપ થઈ રહ્યો છું. But by the time warm up thao, your flight is Bombay Pune. By the time it takes off, it's time to go down. Yeah? So મારું આજનું સેશન એવું છે. Today we have no dearth of resources. But would you agree with me that we need to learn how to be resourceful? When he started off, he had no resources. Absolutely nothing he had with him. But he was resourceful. Please go and read a book written by Harsha Bhogle. You know Harsha Bhogle? Yes. Titled The Winning Ways. He and his wife Anita have written that book, and you can learn more about being resourceful. He talks about the country New Zealand. Right? They have no resources. Go to Singapore. No natural resources, but it's a fabulous. It is beating US in economy. Right? They don't even have own water. Malaysia, they import water from Malaysia. It's just fabulous to understand how having a resourceful mind set can just evaporate some of the barriers and hurdles that are there in our way. Right? Point number 1. Point number 2. Read it. Where are you? Left or right? Good to think so. I can challenge you by asking what is competency. Not getting into that space. All of you are hugely educated, mostly from English medium schools. But tell you to speak 10 sentences in English, you stumble. So there is no problem with education today. 20% of MBA students are getting the job, as per a research about 4 days back. 80% of master's degree holders are not getting job because they are not competent. રટ્ટા માર્યા 80% આવી ગયા. યસ, પાસ થઈ ગયો. ઓહો, પછી શું? એ ખબર નહીં. BPL અથવા તો બીજાના પૈસે લે. Some will happen. And the third, what is pedigree? Having a name. Yeah. Why did Abhishek Bachchan, with due respect to him, and the respect is only because to whom he married, you will not understand the pain that we went through. At least what I went through. But I thought shush is there. You will not understand, that's okay. So, why did Rohan Gavaskar not become Sunil Gavaskar? How many children of the presidents of the US have done something significant in their lives? How many children and siblings and family of the presidents of India have done something significant in their lives? How many of them have done what Patel Sahib is doing? How many chief ministers have done something significant? There was one president, with due respect to that lady, I just don't know what she did before and after. I don't want to take that name. You know what that name is. But pedigree is of no importance. It is performance that counts. Yes or no? Yes. Right? Are you willing to perform? Yes or no? Yes. But where is the practice that performs? बॉर्नविटा की ऐड देखी आपने? बॉर्नविटा की ऐड क्या बोलती है? तैयारी. आपने कल रात को किसकी तैयारी करी? किसी की नहीं करी. व्हाट्सएप देखते हुए सो गए थे आप? पूरे दिन में कल कितने घंटे पढ़ाई करी आपने? हाउ आर यू बेटर ओवर yesterday? Do you beat yesterday? It's very great to say, wow, I am doing this. मिरर दिखा रहा हूं. मिरर मिरर ऑन द वॉल. और आईना कभी? Right? Some of the things that made what he was is, number 1, read what's there. And the word, bolo bhag, big, hairy, audacious goals. While we set up Naroda in about 1965-66 types. And if you remember your history, we were just coming out from a period of war. There was war against our friendly neighborhood. A very, very friendly neighborhood, and the other also friendly neighborhood. And what happens to the economy when there is war? It plummets down, it goes down, it crashes down. So how do you run business? So we set up a first manufacturing division at Ahmedabad, Naroda. And the machines that we used were imported from Germany, and the first set of team that was sent to Germany for training were told one thing, आप जर्मनी जा रहे हो ट्रेनिंग के लिए, ट्रेनिंग में क्या सीखते हो किसके ऊपर डिपेंड करता है? नहीं, आप क्या पूछते हो. माई एक्सपीरियंसेस कोई आजकल सवाल ही नहीं पूछता है, क्योंकि क्यूरियोसिटी बंद हो गई है साहब. सेकंड, कितना सीखोगे उस पर डिपेंड करता है आप कितने सवाल पूछते हो. आप में से कितने लोग ये सीख रहे हो कि सवाल पूछते कैसे हैं? No school teaches this, no college teaches this, how to ask questions. And how many of you are doing research on how to ask questions? That's a skill to develop. And he says, आप जर्मनी जा रहे हो, क्या करके आओ? दोस्त बना के आओ. क्या करके आओ? रिश्ते बना के आओ. And he finishes that sentence by saying, एक दिन हमें टाटा और बिरला से बड़ा बनना है. I'm talking about 1965. We were only a yarn trader. Go to Surat. Every 10th person in Surat is a yarn trader. What is your big, hairy, audacious dream? To sit here? What Steve Jobs said, I want to put a dent in this universe. Except for the chair, where are we putting dents? Sorry for that. What made him exceptional is he freed himself of that word. Say this word. All of you. How do you spell that? Say this with me. False. Evidences. Appearing. Real. That's what is fear. It's a false evidence. But it's appearing real. And it is crippling you. And he had that emotion, the joy of victory. What is the emotion we have? The pain of loss. Third, ability to see the big picture. આપણે નાની નાની વાતમાં ઇરિટેટ થઈ જઈએ છીએ. નાની નાની વાતમાં તમે આવું કેમ બોલ્યા? ભૂલ થઈ ગઈ. આગળ વધો. ના આવું કેમ બોલ્યા? દેવી ભૂલ થઈ ગઈ. એ વાત બરાબર, પણ તમે આવું કેમ બોલ્યા? Some of you will not understand. વર્ષો લાગશે અમુક, પછી તમને ખબર પડશે, right? I call this my war. Say W A R. Sorry for not writing in that sequence because it would not have made sense. But are you having that war? Are you having the ability to take risk? Say yes or no. Yes. Are you willing to take risk? Yes. But are you ready to take risk? No. Why? Anand, મને તો શાંતિ ગમે. શું લાયા થા, શું લઈ જાગ્યું, બધું મિથ્યા છે, બધું બરાબર છે. આનંદ, તમે બોલો કરેંગે મરેંગે વંદે માતરમ. I've asked this before, so those of you know the answer, don't reply. For those who are listening it for the first time, please answer. Which is the richest place on God's earth? Yeah, I wish. But दिल चुरा लिया है तुमने. आओ ना बोलो. Correct. I just can't be serious, so please forgive me for that. The richest place on this earth is the graveyard. So much of talent lying dead, no risk taken. No risk, no reward. And which is the biggest risk we take? Taking no risk. Yeah. He was having the ability, he was willing, and Mukesh Bhai is continuing the tradition. You know what massive risk Reliance takes? You know what is the Jio risk? The investment in Jio is more than the cumulative GDP of 3 countries. Isn't that ridiculous? But you bet big. And when I bet big, what happens to my energy? What happens to the focus that madam was talking about? Will you get distracted? No way. But when the stakes are not high,
Everybody was saying it's too huge an investment. Share prices was a reflection of that. What he's doing, you do not know what is going to happen tomorrow. Moment it started, so nobody was supporting him. That's it.
absolutely. Do people doubt you?
Yes.
You are not doing anything new, so why should they doubt you? If you said yes, I want to ask you, what is the new thing you are doing? They will doubt you, they will criticize you, they will ridicule you before they follow you. नहीं समझ પડશે ચાલશે. Do we challenge the status quo? આપણા તા તો આવું જ થાય. Do we challenge the status quo? Private sector companies were not allowed to raise money through the equity route. Not allowed. Okay, let's change that. And in 1977, Reliance became the first company from the private sector to raise money through the initial public offering. Say this word. इसका मतलब क्या होता है? Not being heavy on your feet. Have you seen a deer running? હરણ જ કહેવાય ને. હરણને દોડતા જોયું છે? હરણફાટ. મારી વોકેબ્યુલરી વધી, હું ઘરે જઈને કહીશ આજે. યસ, હું હરણપાટ કરીને બરોડાથી આવી ગયો છું. યસ, ફાડ. મને ફાડી તો નહીં નાખે ને? ઓકે, જસ્ટ જોકિંગ. વોટ ઇઝ એજિલિટી? આર યુ અજાઇલ? What is agility? I'm not sure, but I'll give you. It has 3 parts to it. It has flexibility into it, it has swiftness into it, it has speed into it. Kind of like a squirrel. Correct. Thank you. Very good. Super. So do we show agility in not repeating mistakes? ભૂલ થવી જોઈએ? Absolutely. કેટલી વાર? ભૂલ કેટલી વાર થાય? બીજી વાર શું થાય? ગુનો કહેવાય. Say this sentence with, I will cry. I will cry every day. But I will never cry for the same reason. પણ આપણે શું કરીએ? કાલે બી આવું જ કર્યું હતું. કાલે બી આવી જ બોલી હતી મને. You will not understand. That's okay. Right? And the ability to ride that change. Don't be resisting change. Otherwise, you become a Nokia. आपने Nokia को no क्यों किया? What happened to Alembic? 150-year-old company in Baroda. No one knows it out of Baroda. Go and ask anyone out of Baroda what is Yera glass. Some of you may not know what is Yera. That's an Alembic product. I know a bit of Baroda because this happens to be my birthplace. Fatehganj, Lady Pillar Hospital. 5th of August. Don't ask me the year. Because that's just a number. Unless I am doing this, change is going to come and hit me and I'll be nowhere. What happened to SR oil? આપણે પેટ્રોલ ડીઝલ ભરવાનું ઓછું કર્યું તો બંધ કેમ થઈ ગયું? All of you are on social media. All of you know what is Facebook. सामने absolutely. But वो हमसे बड़ा थे in terms of space, in terms of area. Now we are very big, but initially they were much bigger than us. What happened to this company called Bombay Dyeing? What an interesting name to have. Present continuous tense. You will not understand, that's okay. Yeah. Third, here is some key learnings. Read this with me. Build Competence. Hold on. Repeat this sentence with me. I hire for talent. Train for skills. Is this true? That is true of today's time. What was he doing? He hired for attitude and trained for skills. Reliance is a company which I just love working because of one statement which is there on my floor, and our current chairman has written it. He says that Reliance is an organization that allows ordinary people to do extraordinary things. And I just go flat by that statement. I said, man, wow. Kuch hota hai types. An absolute ordinary person, a rough diamond, but he had the ability to convert that into a sparkling diamond. Build competency. What are we expecting today? Bring competency. મારા છોકરાને નથી આવડતું પણ ભાઈ શીખાવો. મેનેજરનું કામ છે ડેવલપ કરવાનું, લીડરનું કામ છે ડેવલપ કરવાનું, લીડરનું કામ છે લીડર્સ પ્રોડ્યુસ કરવાના, લીડર્સનું કામ ફોલોવર્સ ક્રિએટ કરવાનું નથી. What happened to the Gujarat model after the famous CM left? Where is the succession planning? What happened to Ratan Tata and Cyrus Mistry? What happened to at Infosys? What's happening at Wipro? I don't have time. I can give you examples till cows come back home. You will not understand. That's okay. And the other thing is, read this. Are we building confidence in our people or say, તને આટલું નથી આવડતું? અને પછી સુરતી આવે વચ્ચે. અહીંયા ના બોલાય. You understand what I'm trying to tell you. Hello. Your job to build confidence in that person. Look at that person as 10 on 10. Don't look at that person as 2 on 10. Don't find faults. Don't be a person who is always highlighting faults. Go and catch your people doing the right thing. That's what he did. That's what leaders do. Let me ask you a question. Over the last 7 days, how many of you have been patted on your back for doing a good job? I don't think so. No one came and patted me. 99% of you did not raise your hand. તો એવું માનવાનું કે આપણે એક અઠવાડિયામાં કંઈ પણ સારું નથી કર્યું, કંઈ પણ નથી કર્યું. But what are the leaders doing, both at home and office? તું ભૂલ કર. અને જેવી ભૂલ કરે, yes. એટલે એમનું સવાસે લોહી વધી જાય. Second, what he had, read this, phenomenal ability. જોરથી વાંચો. That's what a leader does. That's what is leadership. You have a caterpillar, but you give that confidence to that caterpillar that you are a butterfly of tomorrow. You may be dirty today, but you will be beautiful tomorrow. Some of you would have sat in review sessions. Yeah? And the minute your boss says there's a review session, એટલે Newton's fourth law ચાલુ. You know what is Newton's fourth law? Loose motion cannot happen in slow motion. મારો review છે. My goodness. એટલે my visit to the washroom is more than the time I sit on my chair. You will not understand. That's okay. Next one. Read this together. How many of you are reading books on how to build relations? How do we say good morning? GM. How do we wish happy birthday? HBD. How do we say God bless you? GBU. How do we say pachi baat karish? TTYL. Talk to you later. What nonsense. Hello. Stop chatting and start talking. You don't build relations like that. અને કઈ આડું આવ્યું એટલે WhatsApp પર બ્લોક. જા હટા સાવન કી ઘટા કો. Hello. How do you build trust? What is trust? 3 things. Say this with me. Trust is number 1. Credit. Number 1, creditability. એટલે શું? વિશ્વસનીયતા. માય ગુડનેસ મેડમ, મારે તમારું ટ્યુશન લેવા આવવું પડશે. યા, થેન્ક યુ મેડમ, થેન્ક યુ. સો ક્રેડિટેબિલિટી ઇઝ યુ મેક અ પ્રોમિસ, કીપ અ પ્રોમિસ. મેં સાહેબને કહ્યું હોય કે 6 વાગે સેશન સ્ટાર્ટ કરીશું, એટલે 6 વાગે એટલે 6 વાગે, 6 વાગે એટલે 6 ને 1 ના થાય. It is not Jet Airways, never takes out on time. Never. Even the first flight out of Ahmedabad on Monday morning, first flight, એવું બી નથી બીજે કસેથી આવે છે. And a standard tape recorded answer. We are sorry for the delay because this delay was caused by the delay in the incoming flight. I wonder, where was the incoming flight coming? It landed yesterday night. Maybe it was late yesterday night. You will not understand. That's okay. Credibility. Yes, madam.
I don't know whether it is a difference of opinion or is similar to what you think. But he had an ability to pick up those people, maybe ordinary or extraordinary, or maybe ordinary for the person who was being picked was actually an extraordinary, but he knew who he was.
Absolutely. Eye of the tiger. Yeah, so you have that eye of the tiger. That's what leadership is all about. You pick up talent and say that, like Jasprit Bumrah was picked up by Sachin Tendulkar when he was no one. So he knew that, yes, this guy has something special. So how do you do this? When you keep on scouting for talent. But what am I doing? Most leaders, I don't call them leaders, I only call them managers, and they're more damagers than managers. They only sit in the chair. They are not going around. It's a concept called management by wandering around. You keep on wandering around to keep on scouting for talent. Okay, Pankti has this talent. Okay, let me pick it up and let me sharpen that talent and let me see how can she grow in that line. Obviously. Yeah, so you need to know this is rough diamond. Go to Surat. People know this is the difference between a stone and a rough diamond. For me, it looks the same. Yeah, so absolutely, you are absolutely right. Right. Thank you for adding that. Yeah. So trust is first thing, credibility. Je bolo te karo. Second, trust is bolo dependability. Can I depend upon you? When I fulfill my promises more often than not, you can depend upon it. Yes or no? You cannot be 100 on 100 always. You will fall short. You are a human being. But you can't be falling short all the time. Like a Rahul Dravid would also get out first ball. But he'll get out first ball maybe once in 100 test matches. He would end up saving the test match for you. But would you put your money on a Yusuf Pathan to save the test match for you? Our dear Yusuf Pathan from Baroda. Why? Not that he is not a good cricketer, but the dependability factor is question mark. So first thing, trust में क्या होता है? Credibility. Second, and third, intimacy. What is intimacy? Do you know the person or do you know the professional? Or do you know both? I ask myself, does my manager know me as Anand, who Anand is? What drives him, what moves him, what is his passion? Or does he know Anand just the professional who comes to work? Do I bring my heart, my head, my heart and my hands to work? Most only bring hands to work. I hang my emotion outside the office. That's now how trust is built. So what are the 3 things that builds trust? And what is that one thing that reduces trust? Self-orientation. Ahu karu to mane su marse. What is in it for me? You can't ask that question always, right? So how do I build relations and how do I build trust? A quick question. If I was standing in front of you, right side paralyzed, yeah, and all of you are international investors, and I tell you that please come and help me in my project. I want to set up the world's largest grassroots refinery in a place amongst other things, very close to my friendly neighborhood. I don't have any experience or expertise in this, and I need a lot of money. I want to put up a refinery. पैसा लगाओगे? Maybe yes. Thank you.
Because the ability to think this
Is there?
is there.
Okay, great. So let's say, how much will you give me?
Sorry,
How much will you give me?
not much. Yeah,
Not much. Okay, so give me a number. Give me a number. I need $6 billion. Okay, so बूंद बूंद से सागर बनता है, तो आप कितना बूंद दोगे?
10%.
So, wow, that's 25,000 crores का 10%. Mathematics कितना होता है? 250 करोड़. Okay, so आपने मुझे 250 रुपया दिया. Forget about करोड़. Yeah. So a question to you is, what is the time that you would give me to pay the money back to you? Pay the capital back to you. I have to pay that money back to you as well. In that period, I pay interest. So let's say if you decide to give me some amount, what is the length of time or duration or tenure, whatever you want to call it, that you give me before I repay that money to you, the capital to you? कितना दोगे आप? 5 years? थोड़ा सा यार, रिफाइनरी बना रहा, बच्चे की जान लेगा, थोड़ा तो और बढ़ गया यार, थोड़ा सा. होम लोन 20 साल का होता है, थोड़ा सा ज्यादा यार, मैं होम नहीं बना रहा हूँ, वो 2 BHK का होता है, ये 7,500 एकड़, थोड़ा सा ज्यादा. कितना देगा? हम सेल्स वाले हैं, हमको एक चीज सिखाते, ABC. बोलो ABC. ऑलवेज बी क्लोजिंग. कितना दोगे? चेक या कैश? तो भी अच्छा है. कोई ना बोलेगा, कोई हाँ बोलेगा. नेक्स्ट. What if I tell you, thank you for giving me that money, thank you for considering me for even 20 years, but I will pay this money back to you. I will pay this money back to you after 100 years. You will say, hello Anand, are you kidding me? This is the dry state. Boys and girls, Jamnagar refinery was built up taking capital for a maturity period of 100 years. That's competency. That's nothing to do with education. Can we give that presentations? Can I give that kind of presentation? Can I build that kind of business? Do I have that business skills? That's what a leader is. See tomorrow. 100 साल में सब 3 generations आ जाती हैं. That's Dhirubhai Ambani for you. The son of this great son of India. And we continue to invest in India. We don't go outside. Like the other famous person from Gujarat does. Anyways, you'll not understand. That's okay. Right? So are you building that trust? I hope you are. It sank into you 100 years. वो 100 दिन, मैं 100 साल की बात कर रहा हूँ सर. एंड उसके बाद एक AGM हुआ था, तो वन ऑफ द पर्सन सेड, सब 100 साल के बाद आप होंगे पैसे देने के लिए? मैं तो नहीं होऊंगा. बट यू नो व्हाट वाज हिज रिप्लाई? I will not be there, but Reliance will be there. That's what a leadership does. Yeah. So is it building trust in the people? When I see my leader energetic, what does it do to me? If I see my leader like this, આપણે કોશિશ કરીએ, તમે મને મદદ કરતા છે, મને મદદ કરજો, હું બહુ જ એક્સાઇટેડ છું. I wish I had the liberty to say what I want to say, but okay, let's do an activity, quick one. And those, some of you know this, so don't spill the beans, as they say, right? For those who are new, do this activity quick. Quick. Raise it further. Raise it further. Raise it as high as you can. Good. I like that, madam. Thank you so much. Thank you. Wow. Super. I like that. Super, sir. I love you. Awesome. Yeah, please sit down. Please sit down. Great. Awesome. See the energy in this room? Who says Baroda does not have energy? Right? My question, can I ask you a tough question? Yes or no? Here is your tough question. When I told you to do it in the first instance, why did you not do it as much as you possibly could? In the beginning, I said, as I go on in my session, I'll show you the delta between performance and potential.
What I feel comfortable that
Correct. Thank you, sir. Thank you for being very honest. That's a great quality to have. And very difficult to say it in front of so many people. Super. Amazing. Thank you. હું દરરોજ અહીંયા હોઉં છું તો લીડર ના બનાવાય સાહેબ. Say this with me. As a leader, if I am red hot, if I am red hot, my team will be lukewarm. As a leader, if I am lukewarm, you know what? I will have no team. Because I don't want to work with a person who does not have energy. Exciting people produce exciting results. That's what leadership is all about. It's about energy. It's about excitement. આપણે તો ઘર જઈને શું કરીએ? બેસી જઈએ અને પછી કહીએ થાકી ગયો. That's not a leader. That's definitely not a leader. What is leadership? Quick. पढ़ो जोर से. What's your influence on society? What's your influence on your family? What's your influence on your school, college, the place you're working? It has got nothing to do with your designation. It has nothing to do with your designation. Go and watch this video, Teach India Teach, or India Teach India movement. There was a log of wood on the road. It was raining. एक छोटा सा बच्चा आता है, छोटू सा, देखा है वो? That's leadership. He was just a small little kid, maybe second standard bacha. He had no title. What's your influence? When people shake hands with you, when they give you a hug or when you give them a hug, do you give them energy? That's leadership. Do you give them hope? Yes, then your leadership. See, only few of you said yes. Because that's how it has to come. Your eyes have to be pure. इसमें नशा होना चाहिए. उसके लिए रंगीन पानी की जरूरत नहीं होती है. Quick, as we summarize, number one, the way he raised capital in the initial days was this fantastic, amazing way of raising money. Read this. हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं? Incoming allowed, outgoing not allowed. Massive confidence to do this. Yeah, maybe we can have a full day session to tell more about this, but पढ़ो. આપણે શું કરે? તમે મને આવું કેમ બોલ્યા? બોલો. Forget it. Move on. Say this with me. I am in it to win the war. And in the process, I should be ready to lose some battles. छोड़ी देवानो. जा खुश था. Invest your energy in things that matter the most. नानी नानी बात पा. Number one. Number two. Number three. An environment of distrust. बोलो. Saps individual energy, organizational energy, and national energy. I don't want to work in a place where I am not trusted. તારી ફોન પર રિંગ વાગતી હતી તો કેમ ઉપાડ્યું નહીં? બે વાર રિંગ કરી. શું કરતી હતી? શું કરતો હતો? અરે ભલા માણસ ડ્રાઈવ કરતો હતો, વોશરૂમમાં શું કરતો હતો? કેમ ઓફિસથી મોડું થઈ ગયું? પેલા સામે તો બહુ હસી હસીને વાત કરતા હતા. હેલો, ઘરમાં એન્ટર કરો હા 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 કરતા. ઘરમાં તો આવું કદી હસતા જ નથી. Some of you will not understand. Learn how to. મેનેજર શું કહે? રજા લે છે. અરે ભલા માણસ, તમે તમારા ખિસ્સામાંથી રજા નથી આપતા. મારી એન્ટાઇટલમેન્ટ છે, પણ રજા આપે તો આમ એવું ફીલ કરાવે એઝ ઇફ એહસાન કર્યો. એટલે હું લેતો જ નથી. Some great points coming up, so keep your energy levels high. Bolo. We are be the arm around the cheerleader. You have to know the way, you have to go the way and show the way. Go with them. I give my energy to that person. Touch. इसलिए आप डॉक्टर के पास जाते हो तो हाथ लगाता है ना आपको. उसको तो पता है वो आपको बुखार है. वो टच क्यों कर रहा है? एनर्जी दे रहा है. You feel good about it. But where is the touch today? We just give a high five on the WhatsApp. Good job. High five. Hello. Pick up the phone and say, Anand, good. Emotions, emojis, what do you call that? Emojis. Ban કરી દેવા જોઈએ. વાત શું હોય અને ઇમોજી શું હોય? કોઈએ દુઃખના સમાચાર 31 ડિસેમ્બરે પોસ્ટ કર્યા હોય, આન્સર એક જ હોય. તમને નહીં ખબર પડશે. So what was he? He was an arm around the shoulder leader. Management by walking around. Be close to your people. Be proximity. You know that word proximity? Proximal. Deodorant લગાઈને આવજો ભાઈ ખાસ. Supply creates demand. When we set up Naroda unit, our production capacity was way beyond the national capacity. And when I have more capacity to produce, the more I produce, what happens with the cost? How many MBA students? Economies of scale? યાદ છે કે MBA મંદ બુદ્ધિ એસોસિએશન હોય એવા, પણ સમજે શું MBA? મને બધું આવડે. Money, call me auntie but pay me plenty. You will not understand, that's okay. Very important, read this, all of you. Money is not a product, it's a byproduct. When you create excellence in your system, when you create excellence in the process, it's a byproduct. You will make money. Will Jio end up making loads of money? Absolutely yes, because the processes are like that. The business strategy is like that. 400 million customers. We may not understand the language of million. By about end of this year, this financial year, we add about 4 lakh customers every day. And for some of you youngsters, if you know what is productivity, 4 lakh activations are done every day by a team of 105 people. I'll repeat what I said, and you are recording it, so you can hear it one more time. 4 lakh activation done each day, every day, by 105 people. That's what is. So what does a leader do? Make people do the work with loads of energy. That's what a leader is. Average Arpu, average revenue per user, if you know telecom industry, of about 200 rupees. We are at 156 today, but we'll reach to about 200. So 40 crores paying you 200 rupees every month. What revenue? Around 8,000 crores. Annual, by end of this financial year, Jio will be 100,000 crore company. If my EBITDA margin is about 15 to 17%, I earn about 17,000 crores each year, starting this year, and it only goes up. यूज करो. इट इज लाइक आयरन, या तो रस्ट हो जाएगा या तो યુઝ हो जाएगा. વપરાઈ જાય અને ઘસાઈ જાય અને કટાઈ જાય. શું કરીએ છીએ આપણે? Are you with me? Right? Do you think Geo is creating disruptions? What disruptions are you creating? That's what a leader is. Organizations want people to come and create disruptions. Run-of-the-mill ideas, everyone has. I can't be one of the many. I need to be a standout person. Like in school, I was an outstanding person. In school, I was an outstanding student. Always standing out. And મને એટલી માર પડતી હતી. મારા મમ્મીના હાથ આટલા નાના. અને હું કહું છું, મમ્મી તમને જ વાગે છે કે હા ખરેખર મને વાગે છે. પછી સ્કેલ આવી, પ્લાસ્ટિક. તારું શું કરું? મમ્મી હવે કશું જ ના થાય. તમારે જ્યારે હું પેટમાં હતો ત્યારે શું ખાધું એ તમારે વિચારવાનું હતું. મેન્યુફેક્ચરિંગ ડિફેક્ટ, કાન્ટ ડુ એનીથિંગ. Okay, next one. Very important. I'm talking to future leaders. Am I or not? Yes. Roll up your sleeves. Get your hands dirty. Do the job. Show it to them how it is done. My DNA and my team's DNA is the same. That's a leader. He is seen in action. He is not a D&D person. You know D&D? No, delegate and disappear. And he comes only once a year when the appraisal cycle is on. તમે આ ના કર્યું, તમે આ ના કર્યું, તમે આનંદ આ ના કર્યું, અને હું મારું માથું ખજવાડું. ભલા માણસ કર્યું શું એ તો બતાવો. Extremely important. Leader is a safety net for the team. I don't fear falling down because I know my captain, my leader is there to catch me. He will not allow me to fall. Like an eagle. When the baby eagle flies down and is about to crash, what does the father eagle do? Come and scoop it up and take it back. So baby eagle, હા પાપામાં થોડી તો અક્કલ આવી. પછી ઉપર જાય એટલે શું કરે? પાછો ધક્કો મારે, ઢપ. આ મારા પપ્પા બી પપ્પુ જ છે. ખરેખર પપ્પુ જ છે, of the highest order. But again, as it is about to crash, are you a safety net for your team? That is what trust comes from. I trust my captain. If I make a mistake, someone said Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, go and watch a video on YouTube. He says that when I fired the first missile, instead of going to the space, it went to Bay of Bengal. And he says it in such a innocent manner. And he says, I thought I am dead. I was the project director. And my captain says, call for a press conference. He says, go inside. And he took the bullets on his chati. He said, friends, we have failed. Instead of putting the missile to the space, we have put it in the Bay of Bengal, but I trust my team. We will come out stronger out of this. He did not make the life miserable of his scientists. Do you trust your team? Are you tough on performance or are you tough on people? That's what a leader is. A manager is tough on people. આંગળી કરીને વાત કરે. તું આવો જ. હું તો આવો જ ને. તમને આજે ખબર પડી? Say this with me. Teamwork. You cannot do anything, know nothing alone. You need a team for it to happen. Next point. Don't go and put it on Facebook. આજે મેં આટલું બધું સેવા કરી. And you're just hoping to get some likes. અને લાઇક્સ ના આવે તો હવે લોકોને ડિપ્રેશન આવે છે. અરે મેં વોટ્સએપ પર અને ફેસબુક પર પોસ્ટ કર્યું ને હજુ સુધી કોઈ લાઇક નથી આવી. ઊંઘ નથી આવતી, લોકોને પેલા સ્લીપિંગ પિલ્સ લેવા પડે છે. નોટ જોકિંગ, ચેક ઇટ આઉટ. બી અ સાયલેન્ટ, do good and forget it. Yeah, don't tom about it. You know, some people, you saw this on that slide as well. Do you think big? Are you thinking differently? 3 चीज मेरे साथ बोलो. I will read what no one else reads. I will think what no one else is thinking. And I will do what no one else is doing. That's how you become a leader. And no MBA school teaches you leadership. MBA only produces managers, and the world does not need managers. The world today needs leaders. Yeah. Hold on to your dreams. How many of your dreams? My dream is to buy Mumbai Indians. My dream is to gift my daughter an aeroplane the day she graduates. My dream is to be on Mount Everest in 2022. My dream is to go around the world on my bicycle in the year 2024. What's your dream? What's your BHAG? Big? Bolo? Harry? Something that does not allow you to sleep. That's a dream. Not what you see when you're sleeping. Because what you see on sleeping is not worth mentioning here. Very, very important. Very, very important. Read that. Say this sentence with me. What brought me here will not take me there. Doing more of the same. Doing more of the same will not help us achieve our aspirations. That's what a leader does. Does not do more of the same, does new, is ready to experiment, is ready to take risk. That's what leadership is all about. Don't interfere with the work. Don't micromanage. દર અડધા કલાક પછી શું થયું ભાઈ? શું થાય સાહેબ? બીજું તો કશું થયું નથી. બોલો શું કરવાનું? અમુક લોકોને ખબર ના પડી, ચાલશે. એને કામ સોંપ્યું છે ને, you have trusted him. Allow him or her to do the job. Every hour conference call. The amount of conference calls that happen nowadays is ridiculous. અને કોન્ફરન્સ કોલ 1.5 કલાકનું, 15-20 લોકો, મારું બોલવાનું 1.5 મિનિટ. અને જીઓએ આઉટગોઈંગ કોલ બી ફ્રી કરી દીધા છે, એટલે બિલનું બી હવે કોઈ ટેન્શન નથી. But it's just absolutely redundant processes. Next one. Big lesson. I can talk about this till tomorrow evening. Today we are betting on technology. That's why companies are closing down at a faster rate than anything else. You need to bet on people. Bet on your people. They will deliver. Give them that environment. Motivate them. They will deliver. And how do you motivate people? Appreciating them, praising them, not shouting at them. Today parents compare children with someone else in the presence of someone else. That is a criminal sin. તું પેલા જેવો કેમ નથી? તો ના જાઉં ના, કેમ કે એ છે ને હું હું છું. પણ આવું બોલાતું નથી. Otherwise they become your last famous words. You will not understand. Rest is be positive. Whenever you meet someone, be positive. આપણે શું, આ સારું છે પણ નથી સારું. ખાવાનું કેવું હતું? સારું હતું પણ મજા ના આવી. Do you know some people like that? એમને શું કહેવાનું? નમસ્તે. Stay positive. Very, very difficult in today's time. Because the entire thing around you is all negative. And you start the day with dose of negativity? Newspaper? Yes or no? Yes. Please don't read newspaper early in the morning. Some of you even take it inside your throne, inside your kingdom. When you are there as the king and the queen, you know where you are. You take it inside that place. वहाँ पर तो शांति रखो यार. वहाँ पर सोचने के लिए आती है. You will not understand what I just said, but okay. So I just gave you some points on the way he was. Now these are just words, and a leader produces results. What are the results? Today, 1958, we started with trading in spices. I shared that with you. 1965, we got into manufacturing and started with Vimal. Today, Vimal exports to 58 countries. 1972, we had our own brand of retail showrooms. Today, it may not be exciting to you because we are in an era of single brand retails, but what is the year I'm talking about? 1972. 1977, we had our first IPO. Imagine convincing the government as Dhirubhai Ambani to change policies. If that was difficult, think about this. Going to middle class families, we are about 100 of us in this room. How many of us invest in the stock market? 5% of us. How about going from home to home, village to village, town to town, city to city, saying that I have a dream, trust me, I don't have anything to show you except for my eyes. Invest with me. And he did not go and appeal to the niche, the cream. Reliance has always been a company of masses. He reached out to the masses, and we started with a family of 58,000. Today we are a family of 3.3 million, 3.5 million. One of the largest families in the world. How difficult would it have been for him to sell his dream? He had nothing to show. He did not have a Jamnagar to show. He did not have an RCP to show. He did not have anything to show. And if you have lived in a city called Surat or Ahmedabad, you know having a mill or being in the business of textile is like me too. Yeah, 1977. Let's take an example. What's your name, my friend? Ravi. Right, so you get a call. Pick up the call. Hello. Yeah, बेटा हमको है ना पॉलिएस्टर बनाने का लाइसेंस मिल गया है. एंड मैं चाहता हूँ कि तुम अपनी MBA छोड़ो, स्टैनफोर्ड फैनफोर्ड छोड़ो, वापस इधर आ जा. क्या करोगे तुम? How many of you, if a call comes like this, will leave your MBA from Stanford? You know Stanford? I'm not talking about Saurashtra University. I'm talking about Stanford from USA. हमारे मुंबई में भी एक USA, उल्लासनगर सिंधी एसोसिएशन. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about जहाँ पर Donald and Mickey are ruling the roost today. You will not understand. That's okay. Yeah. Mukesh Ambani was at the call. Who was the father? Dhirubhai Ambani. He had not become Dhirubhai as yet. Would you leave your studies and come back with your father, who was not neck deep but head deep in debt? That's what this family is all about. It's about human values. It's about family values. Mukesh Bhai said, okay, Papa, you want me to come back? I will leave. He was wanting to become a professor. He was working on a project sponsored by World Bank. You know World Bank? Go and Google YPP. He said, okay, Papa, I leave everything. I come back. In 24 hours, he was in India, and 24 hours from that, he was at Patal Ganga setting up our first polyester unit in 1982. That's leadership. That's influence. Think of you, some of you will become parents in times to come, and some of you would be parents right now. Would your call change the decision of your child saying that, Papa, tame kaho cho? Okay, I leave everything. I leave my MBA. That's influence. Are you with me? And that was Mukesh Ambani's first job, to set up the polyester unit at Patalganga in the year 1982. And we ventured into petrochemicals in 1988. You can see the growth. That's why Reliance says, Reliance, growth is life. Then 1989, we had massive floods in Patalganga. Think of 22 minutes. Patalganga is the name of a river, on the banks of which is our plant. Think of 22 minutes. Can you imagine 22 minutes? Yeah? In 22 minutes, water rose to a level of 5.5 meters. And we had international partners, the best in the world. They said it will take more than 100 days for the plant to be back in normal capacity. हमने क्या बोला? काम शुरू तो करो. And we had an army of about 6,000 people that were employed, and we got each plant by plant, in operating condition in under 21 days. That is what Dhirubhai was all about. Speed, execution, accuracy, no nothing, results. It's not pedigree, but it is performance that counts, right? 1991, Hazira is near Surat. We commissioned our first petrochemical complex there, and with the commissioning of the first phase of Hazira, Reliance became the world's largest integrated manufacturer of polyester. હું હોત તો હું કહીશ હવે બહુ થયું, હવે આરામ કર. But one of his mantra was, do not rest. Do not rest on your past laurels. Say this with me. I will not allow my last success to be my last success. That's true for so many of us, yeah, because we don't take that leap forward. What did we do next? 1993, started planning for Jamnagar. You know how massive is Jamnagar? Which is the city? Baroda. Yeah? हम बोलते हैं ना, तेरे लिए मैं चांद सितारे ले आऊंगा. बोलते हैं ना? Okay, चलो चांद पे भेजा तुमको. यहाँ से जाओ चांद पे. आजकल कुछ भी बोल सकते हैं ये लोग. या तो गूगल करो, यहाँ से चांद तक का डिस्टेंस कितना होगा? अबाउट 4 लाख किलोमीटर, मोटा मोटा आप चेक कर सकते हैं. या वापिस भी तो आना पड़ेगा. मोटा मोटा 8 लाख किलोमीटर, मोटा मोटा. ऐसे कितनी बार आप जाइए? 450 बार जाइए, क्योंकि एक बार में तो मानने नहीं वाली हो. कितनी बार जाइएगा आप? तो आप बड़ौदा से चांद पे जाते हैं और वापस आते हैं 450 times. That is what we produce every day at Jamnagar. It will take time for you to understand this. We refuel an aircraft. You know an aircraft? Every 4 minutes. When you board a train, my diesel. Every vehicle on Indian roads, whether it is a 2-wheeler, a 3-wheeler, 4-wheeler, 5-wheeler, 50-wheeler, runs on tires. Runs on tires, yeah? So आपका टायर MRF होगा, ये होगा, वो होगा. Elastomer मेरा है. Except for the air that you are breathing right now, you are using a Reliance product. Right now. सुबह दूध लेते हो, प्लास्टिक मेरा है. कपड़े पहन रहे हो, फैब्रिक मेरा है. यान मेरा है. This is what a person did who was MABF. What you and I cannot do. We are setting limitations on ourselves because the society conditions us to lose. Are you with me? You want more information? I can talk about this 72 hours non-stop. I don't even need a glass of water also. You need to be passionate about what you think and what you talk about. Does passion drive you? Yes. See, so many people said yes. Does passion drive you? Yes. Now this is fabricated yes. You didn't understand, right? Okay, बड़ौदा में हमारे फतेहगंज के सामने एक ब्रिज बना. Quick, I'll have to finish this, नहीं तो सर मुझे उठा के फेंक देंगे. मैन्युफैक्चरिंग डिफेक्ट आपको मैंने पहले से बोला था. फतेहगंज पे ब्रिज बना. कितने किलोमीटर का? 1.5 किलोमीटर का होगा, 2 किलोमीटर का होगा. कितने साल लगे? फॉर एवर लगा है काइंड्स, है ना? कितने साल होंगे? 3 साल, 2 साल, या? अगर एक 2 किलोमीटर 3 किलोमीटर का फ्लाईओवर बनने में 2, 3, 4, 5 साल लग जाते हैं, तो आप दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी रिफाइनरी 3 साल में कैसे खड़ी करोगे, जो 7,500 एकड़ की है? फर्स्ट फेज 7,500 एकर्स. उसमें आम के पेड़ कितने? 1,38,000. चीकू मत पूछना भैया, बिकॉज હું મેથ્સમાં બહુ જ વીક હતો. ધક્કા મારી મારીને પાસ થતો હતો. તમને ખબર ધક્કા મારીને? So this was done in spite of a cyclone in 1998. And how massive was the cyclone? Have you seen Wankhede Stadium? 93 meters was the 6 that Dhoni hit to win the World Cup 2011. 93 meters का मेरे पास टैंक फार्म है जिसके अंदर मैं क्रूड स्टोर करता हूँ. वो टर्न एंड ट्विस्ट हो गया like this bottle. How massive that cyclone would have been? And we got back to pre-cyclonic construction stage in 12 days. That's leadership in action for you. And not a single life was lost. Can you be that leader? Saying that we'll do the impossible. I spoke about 100 years. Commissioned it under 36 months. And how massive is the contribution to the Indian economy? From a net importer of petroleum products, when you import, what happens? Are you hurting the economy or are you helping the economy? Hurting. We become a net exporter. And all Reliance put together exports to, you know how many countries, or has exported to how many countries? This year alone, Jamnagar has exported to 108 countries. This is my company, this is your company, this is our company. And you, how many people talk about Dhirubhai with pride? Every one of you should be doing this post this session. And he said, if one Dhirubhai can create so much, think about what 1,000 Dhirubhais can do. Can I make India a Sone ki Chidiya again? Absolutely. And it is in your hand. This generation hands, no one else's hand. But what is in your hand? WhatsApp. WhatsApp? Nothing. You will not understand. Not many of you know we are also very, very big in pharmaceuticals. We have a massive company in life science, started in 2001. I can go on and on and on and on, right? Some numbers which are staggering numbers. I'm not getting into those details, right? I want to come to a point because time is short. Okay, think about this. The test of leadership is how well you perform long after you are gone. Yes? And Dhirubhai passed away in the year 2002. Let's look at some business performance. Net profit. You understand net profit? I did not put one figure. 29,901 के आगे 7 0. दिन का कितना हुआ? Calculate આપણે કરી લેવાનું. And in the next maybe 6 to 8 quarters, we will be India's first company which has 100,000 crores as EBITDA. You know what's EBITDA? Earning before your income taxes and all of that. This is what Dhirubhai did. You know how many people benefit from one man's dream today, directly and indirectly? कितने लोग होंगे? 75 lakhs से ज़्यादा है. इनका रोजी चलती है, उनके बच्चों का स्कूल की फीस पे होती है, घर में चूल्हा जलता है. How many employees? Reliance? More than 2.5 lakhs. Who are employees? We contribute 8% of India's exports. We are globally competitive. About 60, 65%, 70% of our revenues come from exports. We even export petroleum to California, and California has one of the most stringent pollution control norms. We are the third largest energy company in the world. How many taxes? How much of customs and excise did we pay? About 30,000 crores. Mota mota. Kitna? How much income tax did I pay? Mota mota 9,000 crore. We are India's largest taxpayer. 2.5 lakh people. In total, you know how much tax did we pay last year? 53,700 crores. One man's dream. And now able to understand resource versus resourcefulness, education versus competency, pedigree versus performance. Is it sinking into your head? Over the last 5 years, how much have we invested? We are the largest contributor to Make in India. We are the largest contributor to Digital India. Yeah, so that's the kind of investments that's happening. Reliance Foundation, you know about Reliance Foundation? It touches the lives of about 12 million Indians. And you know how many television channels do we have? 50 Indian channels, 13 international channels, touching lives of about 700 million people. We will have the largest integrated mobile television network. Tell competition to stand in front of me. Idea was smart. You will not. Okay, some achievements. MABF became the dean at Wharton. And you know what is Wharton, right? Looking at your faces, you don't know Wharton. Please go and Google it. You'll understand what it is. He was the first Indian and only the 24th in the world to get that recognition. He was the man of the century in 2000, 2001. Got some awards. 2016 got the second highest civilian award that an Indian can get, Padma Vibhushan, right? And many more. Slides can't contain it. Last, litmus test. You know what is litmus test? Let's look at it. Agree with this? Agree with this?
Yes.
Let's look at some numbers. 1,000 rupees invested in 1977 is more than 17 lakhs today. The market capitalization of, you know what is market cap? So if I have a company who has 100 shares in the market, and if the current market price of each share is 100 rupees, so my market cap is 10,000 rupees. Simple. Samajh mein aaya? Lords of the last bench? Yes? LLBs? Yeah? So market capitalization has grown from 5 crores to 6 lakh crores. That's a CAGR of 32% each year, every year for 40 years. That's a world record. Yeah? आप ताली तो ऐसे बजा रहे हो जैसे ये numbers आप रोज produce करते हो. CAGR is sorry madam, I should compounded annual growth rate. So what has been my growth rate year on year for how many years? Today the smartphones are getting slimmer. I don't know about human beings. That CAGR is very different because vertical growth has stopped, horizontal growth has started. Yeah, so 32% year on year for 40 years, a world record. The company that you set up, mine and your company, creates standards that the world cannot even come close to. We are not just world beaters. We are setting benchmarks that the world can't even dream of doing it. This is what an Indian does. आपने चालिए ना तो और याद रखना जब हाथी चलता है ना तो क्या होता है पता है ना? करेक्ट. Growth in turnover. How many times? 4,700 times. You know what is turnover? Revenues? From 70 crores to more than 3,30,000 crores. Growth in net profit. More than 10,000 times. From 3 crores to, and this is post-tax. If I do EBITDA, the numbers are like, થોડા ઘણા વાળ મારા બાકી રહી ગયા છે એ બી ઊભા થઈ જશે. Total assets grown. You know what will be the value of all the assets of Reliance today? Any guesses? It's more than 7 lakh crores. And check out what is the total assets of the government of India. You know what are credit ratings? You know CRISIL? You know Standard and Poor's? You know Moody's? You know Fitch? Okay, forget about everything. You go and take a home loan from a bank or any loan from the bank. What does the bank check? Your credit worthiness. Now, on one side is the government of India, credit rating, and on the other side is my company, Reliance. Who has a better, stronger credit rating? Government of India or one company? Should be government of India, but we always challenge the status quo. Reliance has credit ratings which are 2 notches higher than the government of India. That's what a person did. What was his education? MA. Now you understand education versus competency? Yeah. Total assets from 33 crores to more than 7 lakh crores. That is an increase of 20,000 times. Growth in market capitalization more than 54,000 times, from 10 crores to more than 6 lakh crores. More growth in share value over 1,600 times. 1,000 rupees is now more than 17 lakhs. I shared this. Growth in employee strength from 3,500 employees to more than 2.5 lakh employees. You want more? I can talk till you have the energy to listen. This is what leadership is, lasting long after you're gone. It's not just the influence when you are around. That's what today people are making the mistake. By hook or crook, get it done. No. Sustainability. That's what someone said beautifully in the morning. It's all about creating businesses which sustain. Right? And leadership has 4 principles. It has the purpose of business as from a leader perspective is to create societal value. Bolo societal value. Create customer value. Create shareholder value. And create employee value. Are you creating that for your people? Then you are a leader, right? Okay, just to give you some more numbers if you are interested. I've given you some numbers that are already there. We are the first Indian company to cross 6 lakh crores of market cap. Right? Some numbers which are there. What Jio did? Before Jio was launched, India was 155th in the world as far as data penetration is concerned. Today we are world number 1. Last month, Jio users consumed more data than all of USA put together. Welcome to Reliance. All of China put together. We are in the world's first hexabyte network. You know what is hexabyte? 10 to the power 16. 1 0 0 0 0 गिनते जाओ forever. तब तक सुसु आ जाएगी सुबह वाली. Yeah? I gave you some numbers. You know some crazy numbers. 378 crore GB आप use कर रहे हो. कितना? 378 crore GB. कितने घंटे की आप बात कर रहे हो? 267 crore minutes per day. શું ચાલે છે? બોલ બીજું. અરે પહેલું નથી તો બીજું ક્યાંથી થાય? તો બી બોલ બીજું શું ચાલે છે? And my parting lessons to learn quickly. Read this. Very important. Extremely important. And help other people think long term. Especially for some people sitting in this room, this would be extremely important, right? Always aim for the best, and you have to challenge even what is best in the world. Again, the performance of Jamnagar refinery, you know what is operating efficiency? You know what is efficiency in simple words? Output over input, or input over output. क्या होता है? Not confusing you, right? So we are at about 112% efficiency. What is the best in the world at? 87%. We are at, just to give you some numbers. Yeah. You know how big is Jamnagar? Go by the boundary wall to boundary wall. Let's say this is my site. I start from here, go boundary wall, boundary wall, boundary wall, boundary wall, come back to the place where I started. કેટલા કિલોમીટર ચાલશો? 144. Only. એટલે અહીંયાથી ક્યાં પહોંચ્યા? બરોડાથી ઓલમોસ્ટ સુરત પહોંચ્યા, કોસંબા સુધી પહોંચ્યા. A leader first shows it and then demands it. Correct. And what is his message to all of you? For those who dream, there is the whole world to win. Go and dream. Don't dream about, and say this with me, I will not let defeat me. Don't get demoralized. Na thayu, no problem. Pick yourself up and do it one more time. આપણે શું એવું બોલાય નહીં આપણે, યુ નો, નસીબમાં ડેશ ડેશ ડેશ. યા લાસ્ટ સેશનમાં હતા તમે લોકો SNIOP મેં શીખવે હતું. Remember SNIOP? Most of you were not there. Don't let the negativity from outside come and disturb you. Don't be susceptible to the negative influences of other people. Create a armor for yourself, right? And don't allow negativity to come in. Some points very important for you boys and girls. Read this. And you know what? It's not available on WhatsApp. And it is definitely not available on Facebook. So Facebook account deactivate. WhatsApp दिन का 10 मिनट रहने का. Not the other way around. Right? पढ़ो जोर से. And you will make India great. Learn to trust. Don't doubt. Don't doubt. Right? Today we are punishing people for no fault. Look at the way companies are retrenching employees. માણસ છે, ભૂલને પાત્ર છે. He has not committed a crime. Teach him or her. We must have the wisdom to correct and to encourage. Do the best. At the end, you are bound to succeed, right? I know it's I have plenty of slides, right? But yes, madam. We can have dinner together. Yeah. Okay, so the question is Dheeraj Lalti Dhirubhai, right? That transition happened around the mid-80s, right? And you have a lot of people who want to put you down. You know what does your success do? True enemies and false friends. Yeah. So we had two very, very good friends, very, very good friends, who were not wanting us to do anything, right? Go and search them. One has a name which is having the present continuous tense, right, in the name. The other runs a newspaper, yeah, and some of you know what I'm talking about, right? And they kind of ran a cartel. Cartel, you know what is a cartel? બહુ બધા લોકો ભેગા થાય અને want to do something positive or negative. And so they ran a cartel and did a bear market run on Reliance. The stock market, if you understand it in whatever little way, today you have SEBI, which is the regulator, the watchdog. Yeah, there was no SEBI at that time. SEBI came after Harshad Mehta scam and the Ketan Parekh, all of that. So today a stock has a floor of 20% and a ceiling of 20%. It can't fall below or rise above 20% in an intraday. पहले ऐसा कुछ नहीं था, right? So these two very good friends, what they did is they sold 1.1 million shares. It's a long story to cut you short, right? To cut the story short, not cut you short, sorry, cut the long story short. Now you know you have that badla, right? So you want to sell, I want to buy. આજે તમે બધું online digital કરો છો. At that time it was physical, so I had to take a physical delivery. So Dhirubhai was there on the streets of Dalal Street, Mumbai, saying that shares આપો. તમારે વેચવું છે? Yeah, and here is the money. Read about it. These guys did not have the shares to sell, so they were only manipulating it, and the price of Reliance fell like crazy, and the world thought the story of Reliance is over, but એમને ખબર નહોતી એ કોને સાથે પંગા લે છે, right? He was a man with what our current chairman says, indomitable spirit. You could not defeat him, right? And the money was there, but the shares were not there, right? And it created so much of controversy that the stock market was closed for 3 days. And that time when he came out of it, he made a statement कि आप मेरे investors का बाल भी बांका नहीं कर सकते हो, right? In the further slides it is there. Dhirubhai always had this conviction that between my past, the present and the future, Reliance is built on two things: relationships and trust. He said that is why I could dream when the night was dark. That is the reason I could laugh when adversity came knocking at my doors. That is how he became Dhirubhai. Then the VP Singh Sarkar came, right? The rupee got depreciated. You know what happens to the dollar, all of that. I'm not getting into that technical stuff, but even in times of adversity, he did not stop dreaming, right? And people like him have failed more than we have ever tried, right? And just to tell you one last thing, a leader is someone who always earns respect, and you can do this Google research, and most of you have my email ID. If not, I can request her to share it with you on the Facebook of Yuvalay, Facebook page of Yuvalay. Show me one business leader in the world. Show me one business leader in the whole world, any time, any era, on whose death the government said the economy will stop for a day as a mark of respect. The country will not function. Show me one leader. I know one leader. Dheeraj Lal Hirachand Ambani. On the 6th of July 2002, when he left for his heavenly Adobe, the government said the stock exchange will remain closed as a mark of respect to this great man. That's Dheeraj Lal for you. I hope one of you will take this lesson and take this session, and this should ignite something in you. And who knows, tomorrow you create a Reliance, right, and help India grow. You are the future of Reliance, right, and let's contribute in building the future of India. You are the future of India, and you are the captains of the industry, right? Keep on dreaming high. Keep on believing in people. First, believe in yourself. Don't shout, don't scream, don't howl. That's what not a leader does. A leader does not do any of these things. A leader is what I just shared with you, right? So thank you so much for your time. Thank you, sir, for this opportunity, right? Thank you.